Hello, it's me. Uh, it's never boring here. That's my URL. Name's Sammy. Most of you know me because I don't really have a problem telling you guys my name or my Skype or just talking to you or even texting you if you're cool or if you're cool enough to give me your number. So, it's been a while since I made a video, so I'm kind of awkward again. Last time, I kind of only made it because one of my friends was getting all super down because everyone was hating on her and all that sort of stuff. But this time, I decided to make this one because I promised, because I thought I'd never reach 250 followers, but freaking Lee had to go and promote me. Which is so yeah, I don't really know what to do with this. I'm just going to go with the little amount of questions I have. Apparently you guys don't really have questions. Lee just wanted to make me do this and be awkward in front of a camera. So I'm going to be watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets / Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban while I'm doing this, and I might possibly be talking with my hands, so if you see my shoulders moving, it's because I'm going like this while I'm talking, because I talk with my hands, and I talk by moving a lot, and I actually get a lot of crap from my friends for that, but whatever. Also, excuse this. It's because I just got back from school and I'm tired and I really didn't want to take the 30 minutes to get ready because I honestly don't even know if I'm going to get called back to school for not color guard, that was last year, for robotics. So yeah, this is what I look like. Alright, let's start this video. Okay. So, the question is, what inspired me to start role playing? And, well, I suppose that there were a couple things. Mostly, well, okay. First, it was just because I got really into Merlin because of my friend Jenny. Kind of blame you, Jenny, because it started the whole thing. And then after I started getting into Merlin, I started going on the Merthyr tag on Tumblr, and then one day I scrolled across this one post, and it was a open. It was a high school AU open for Merthyr, and it was asking for an Arthur. And well, I'd already started looking at the role playing side of Tumblr, but I'd never really given any thought of doing it until then. And then I was reading through the post and I liked it. I liked the style, I liked the concept, I liked it. So I replied. I replied on my personal blog and told them, "Hey, I'm going to play as Arthur." So I went with it for a little bit. I tried it out. I replied for like almost a whole thread as Arthur on my personal blog. And then I decided that I really wanted to do this. So I went and made an Arthur blog. And then Timmy and I started talking. Yes. It was Timmy. I've always told everyone that Timmy's the reason that I started role playing. And I'm not kidding, really, because he was the Merlin to my Arthur. He was the first partner I had in role playing. And he'll always be special to me because he was my first roleplay partner. He's always going to be special. And he's my soul wavelength brother, okay? Soul wavelength brother. Do not mess with that. Do not mess with that. You will lose. Unless maybe you're Jenny. Then I don't know how I'm going to choose because you're both amazing. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways. So that's basically what inspired me to start role-playing, was scrolling across the Merthyr tag and seeing Timmy's post, and liking it and wanting to try it out. There you go. Question 2. Which of your muses is the hardest to portray? Oh, what a loaded question right there. I really don't know how to answer this one, because all my muses are really hard to portray. I can't really pick one because they're all really hard. At the moment, I think the one I'm having the most trouble with is either going to be Enyo or Q, because it's really hard writing an original character because you have so much space to work with, but then as soon as you start making them the way you want to make them, you start receiving criticism. And sure, you can say it doesn't bother you, but eventually it kind of does. So, and then you have to take into account that your character can't step over boundaries with other characters, they can't do all this stuff, they can't be too powerful, otherwise you're god modding. They can't be all these things, otherwise you're doing something and insulting someone else. And there's just a lot of things to take into account when making your own character. So Enyo's really hard because they already have the war gods established, and she's new to it, and she doesn't really know how to react around people. And I kind of worry because all these people who play the war gods have been role playing with each other for a long time, and sometimes when you walk into something that everyone knows each other in and you're brand new, it's very intimidating. Very intimidating. hmm Especially when they're as good as they are. Okay, and then Q. Q is based off of Q, of course, from Skyfall. So portraying canon characters is really hard too. I won't try and compare original characters to canon characters because they're both extremely hard in their own way. But portraying a canon character, you always have to worry about the boundaries set by the story that they were made in, and you have to make sure that you aren't breaking too many rules, otherwise you're out of character and people criticize you for that, or you have to make sure not to do a whole bunch of things. There's limitations, there's things that you possibly missed while you were watching, reading, whatever you were doing to get this character. Sometimes you miss certain little tidbits that other people don't, and then when you break that, like if you say that Q likes other T's, most Q's, it's kind of an accepted thing. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in canon, but I don't know. But I've accepted it. It's apparently accepted that the only tea he will drink is Earl Grey. And so, yeah. That's why those two are kind of my hardest. Just because they're an OC and a canon, and really, they're all hard to portray, but at the moment, it's those two. Question 3. It's which muse seems to get the most attention? And, well, I try to vary it with who I'm playing because I love all my muses and I want to make sure they all get their fair share of time. But it's really hard with the amount of muses I have because I have almost 20. I had reached a point where I had 20, but that was kind of too much. So I think I only have 18, 17, 18-ish now. But it's really hard because there's, well, Hermione's back. Cool. Okay, back to, okay. But it's really hard because you have to make sure that you try to pay them all attention. You have to try and keep track of all these threads for each single person. It's really, really difficult. Yeah. So I guess I have certain ones that I favor more, but I think that's just because people tend to actually roleplay with these ones versus some of my other characters. Like Sebastian Saxon. Sebastian Saxon, not to be confused with Sebastian, but Sebastian Saxon, generally referred to Seb. He was my second muse after Arthur. He was my first OC muse, and I adore him. He's had so much time to develop, and I love the character. And so I guess I play him a lot because I really like him, and I've had him so long, and I have so much backstory with him, and he's such a very, I can't think of the word. Oh well, he can just roleplay with anyone I really want him to. And then lately I've been roleplaying with Enyo because I adore all of the freaking Greek pantheon because you're all awesome, and sometimes I feel intimidated, but hey, you guys like Enyo, so I'm gonna keep going with her because she's cool, and if I play her, you guys talk to me. Yeah. But, and then I started playing Hecate a lot more because, I got, I got to talk with Alex and Felicity, and so I guess I got partners who wanted to actually talk to her. Normally people ignored her, but now they're talking to her, so hey, yeah. Um, and then I've started been using Q a lot more because I realized that there are a lot of Qs, and hey, I can have them interact, and it's kind of cool because it's like Qception. So it's cool, yeah. And then I think those are the ones that I've been mostly favoring lately. I do play Arthur occasionally because Timmy's online and Merlin and Merthyr and Awesomeness. And then I also play James a lot because Timmy, we have a great plot in mind and I really like it. And then he talks to my Tumblr mommy. My 12% of a moment. That's my Tumblr mommy. None of you be mean to her, or I will eat you. Not really. Don't, no. I'm a dork. Ignore me. But, so he talks with her, he talks with Cody, who's Timmy's character, and then he used to flirt with Jules's character, Jesse. I'll admit to that. It was really bad, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but that was before he and Cody met. So yeah. And then I also started playing a bit with Sebastian, who's not Sebastian Saxon, but Sebastian. He is a character from a book I'm actually writing. So I kind of like that because I get to develop his character without having to work on my story. So those are the characters I've been playing lately. So yeah.